Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2CTV, your global news channel. Your latest updates from the Middle East and the conflict between the State of Israel and the Islamic Republic of Iran. Yes, the IRGC in Iran are about to F around again, so they are gonna find out. I don't understand what is wrong with these idiots. They keep poking the bear. Absolutely no reason, by the way, considering the IRGC started this whole thing anyway on the 7th of October, well technically in 1979, and since then they've been building up all the proxies from Hamas, Hezbollah and all the others that they've been funding and supporting Houthis. Now that they've been losing all their minions in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Yemen, they think it's their responsibility, guys, to rise up and defeat the Zionist entity. Ooh, the Jews, so scary. Now, it's absolutely fascinating what's going on now, because the information I'm going to give you, the facts we're going to give you in this video, because they are getting ready to launch another attack. Israel is also getting ready. They've been doing drills. We're going to give you the actual information because I think the Iranian regime are a little bit delusional in thinking they have the capacity to actually fight against Israel. They can't. Now, let's give you guys the actual information first. Now, the IRGC spokesperson came out to say that the government has agreed, the Iranian government, to initiate new operations against Israel when the timing is deemed appropriate. So obviously that was yesterday. Now they're saying that it will be within days or weeks, right? They're going to surprise Israel. Meanwhile, the IRGC Air Force has begun the initial phase of a drill near the Natanz nuclear facility, of course. In addition, 2 new underground bases for missiles and vessels are planned to be unveiled in the southern parts of Iran. There is a bit of an issue here, considering that the Iranian regime have lost almost all of their air defense system. They don't have the support of the new Syria, and their economy is collapsing. The political instability is rising. They don't have the support of their own allies. China and Russia are staying out of this. What are they thinking? Iran and Qatar on their own can't do anything. Qatar doesn't have anything. They can't. They just have money. Not much else. And Qatar is in the pocket of Iran. Now, the Iranian state TV decided to be so proud of their announcement there, and I've done a translation for you guys, their subtitles, English subtitles. Just watch this.
هوافضای سپاه پاسداران برای دفاع نقطه‌ای از سایت هسته‌ای شهید احمدی روشن با انبوهی از تهدیدات هوایی در شرایط سخت جنگالی دفاع همه جانبه را انجام می‌دهند. این عملیات همچنان در حال اجراست و جزئیات عملیات‌ها در خبر 14 اعلام خواهد شد.
It was funny because they've been going around saying we have new air defense systems, and then they've been showing videos of their cars driving around, and because they said we're going to show you our new air defense, they don't have anything. Just a couple of cars and tanks just driving around for no reason, right? Now, we do know that when you talk about the situation in Iran and these sites, and there's a reason they're improving their nuclear sites, because that's the only thing they have left. The mention of Natanz nuclear facility ties into past events where the site experienced a significant power outage, suspected to be a sabotage by Israel and basically Mossad, impacting Iran's nuclear capabilities. Now, again, the Iranian regime are panicking because they themselves, actually, if you look at the actual site, you can it's absolutely feeble. Everything is obviously underground, and we know that. But the whole thing is feeble, and it's already on the map. The power outage situation they're talking about is also fascinating because it's their fault. They are completely all over the place. There are power outages across the country for hours and hours. They're running out of gas and oil. They produce gas and oil because they don't have anything. The infrastructure is gone. Israel and Mossad have, in fact, been sabotaging a number of the nuclear facilities in general. But how terrible and weak do you have to be to say, on the one hand, Israel hasn't actually damaged us, and then they say, Israel has destroyed us, we're going to kill them. Pick one. You can't, on the one hand, say Israel is feeble, not doing anything, and on the other hand, saying, well, go around and we're gonna kill you now. AFC Maruke in the live chat says that looks like an Amazon distribution center. It does. Absolutely feeble. Even if you have things underground and the tunnels are under the ground, you need to have a nice looking facility. Come on. If you want to show off about your nuclear empowerment, come on, you got to make it look nice. At least paint it pink. It'll be nice, right? Barbie nuclear. So, going back to the air defense issues, and Israel obviously also preparing, right? They've been doing all these secret drills and everything else. But Iran, the drill from Iran, is part of the Iqtidar 1403 military exercise, right? Which focuses on simulating air defense scenarios to protect sensitive nuclear sites from aerial threats. For the record, if the Islamic Republic are watching this, if you don't attack the Jews, they're not going to attack you back. If you don't want retaliation, don't poke the bear. I know it's part of your ideology to wipe out the Jews and then the Christians, but probably best not to. Not yet, not now. Just go take a break. Just, have a Kit Kat. It's not a good time right now. You don't have any support. I'm trying to help you, you idiots. Anyway, going back to Israel, they're also prepared because a classified Israel Air Force drill simulating a massive attack on Iran's nuclear program was held again. They started this a couple of years ago in 2022, which included scenarios like mid-air refueling, long-range strikes, and responses to anti-aircraft missiles. A US Air Force officer observed this drill even back in 2022-2023, indicating a level of international cooperation or oversight. Although we do know that the American administration, obviously specifically the Biden-Harris administration, have been betraying the Jewish nation, left, right, and center. Every single time you got the Democrats in power, the same thing happens. Bill Clinton did the same thing. Barack Hussein Obama did the exact same thing. And obviously, with this idiot Biden as well. Now, things are changing. Even Pentagon and all the others in charge of the US, before President Trump has actually returned to the office, they are already changing. They're already preparing their new attitude towards the Middle East. You can't really go around, cause trouble, and then expect Israel to just do everything to defend you and then criticize Israel for defending itself. It just makes no sense. Now, I know that the industrial military complex guys, they love it. They make money. The more conflicts, the more money it is. But you don't have to always listen to money. I know it's part of your nature, you political weirdos, but you don't have to. Sometimes it will help. Even if you don't care about humanity, look after your own stability. It's in your interest. You still have families, I'm guessing, or a bunch of lizards from Mars, according to a few others. It doesn't matter. You have to look after your stability. Anyway, going back to some reactions from the live chat, let's have a super chat actually. Vinny King, thank you, Vinny, saying, what's this? Oh, that's nothing to do with Israel or Iran. Channel 4 tonight accused the fake grooming scandal. Will Mo talk about Tommy Robinson's role, or will the documentary slag Tommy off? I don't know. I don't watch Channel 4, but I'm guessing I'm going to have to watch this now so that you guys don't have to suffer. I'll have to watch the mainstream media so you guys don't have to suffer, right? I'll give you the summary. Terry says, same Israel, I'm a Christian. Save our God's birthplace. True that. Anyway, what do we have? 1974, Lebanon is UK right now. Scary times. I doubt that Biden and Harris cared about their families. That's a good point, isn't it? I mean, Biden didn't even know how to raise a child. So how did that go with Hunter? Insanity. All right, another super chat. RG from Israel. Personally, I'm starting to get annoyed waking up at 4 a.m. to put shoes and go to the shelter 3 floors down in a 1 minute notice. It is not enough, is it? I mean, when it's that early, for those in Israel, obviously, 1 minute notice to go all the way enough. That's just part of life in that place, which is, it's still sad. It does put people, keep them on their toes, because Israelis, apart from the really political left-wingers in Tel Aviv, the majority of the Israelites, whether they're Christian, Jewish, or Muslim, whatever they are, they really still care, because survival of instinct. So they still care about their country, about their flags, because they know the enemy is right next door. In the Western world, especially Western Europe, people have become complacent, and we actually invited the enemy. And there's still people burying their heads in the sand, saying, everything's fine, I'm just going to get my Starbucks. Everything's perfect. I'm just going to cancel people because their words are offensive. But when you have an enemy right next door, which ironically, we actually have the enemy inside our countries now, but people still haven't realized. A lot of people. More people are waking up, but not everybody. Tommy says, we are prepared, united, and will defend our people and our values with full force. See? Exactly. It's a whole different attitude in that part of the world. Norton is right. This will end the regime in Iran. I think they realize, well, that the days are numbered anyway. And even if, for example, Israel doesn't destroy Iran in self-defense, in retaliation, they're out. We've done a whole report on this recently, actually, about the state of the situation in Iran. The economy is collapsing, the currency collapsing completely, by the way. Not really the way it's been over the last few decades. Oh, sanctions, oh, how mean. No, completely collapsing. Power outages. Banks are closing. Schools are closing because they can't send the kids to school. People are protesting. They're doing strikes in the bazaar in Tehran, obviously, and many other marketplaces. Everybody's already rebelling. They're just scared of coming out to actually fight directly because the Iranian people are not revolutionary people, and the regime are vicious, and they just kill people left, right, and center. So the uprising is continuing. It's just a matter of time in terms of the actual implosion. Whether the IDF helps or not, the regime is not going to be going back to their happy days. How many genuine non-Islamic people are there in Iran, even Muslims that want more freedom? So less than 30% of Iran, now it's about 25%, so about 30% are Islamic. So the majority of people in Iran are not Islamic anyway. And out of that 30%, the majority are still basically what we call culturally Islamic. They're not really practicing, they're not really... although they say they're practicing Muslims, but they're not pro-IRGC. It's about 5% of the population that are IRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guards. And obviously they have guns, they have everything, they control the power. And but obviously the majority, because obviously it's an Islamic occupation since 1979, you got a big chunk Christian side, and the secular side is also obviously on the rise. And a small chunk Zoroastrians, and that's it basically. So you have like few Jews left, but if you're a Jewish person in Iran, you have to publicly denounce Zionism in order to live. So you have to, they'll force you to say, I hate Israel. I'm a Jew, but I hate Israel, if you want to live. But most of the Jews have obviously left Iran. But Christianity is on the rise massively in Iran. It's the biggest place in the world right now that has the largest conversion to Christianity. Dan says, 2CTV, the real media. I use your info to report to my listeners the real news on my radio station. Thank you, Dan McDonald, and Dan's listeners as well. John Johnson says, there's so much misery in the world, Maya. I'm not convinced anymore that things will get better. Where is the ray of hope? Because we're just going through the darkness now. It will still take a while, but it's just a pendulum throughout humanity. You look at the last few centuries, it happens all the time. You go through darkness and eventually you do come out. It's just in a matter of when, because will I be alive? I don't know. Gloria says, Maya, is your dad all right? Is he still safe? Well, he's safe. I mean, safe is a big word. So my dad is obviously held by the Iranian regime, and he's not allowed to leave Iran. But to be fair, it's partly my fault because the Iranian regime believe that I'm an MI6 spy, an agent. I don't think MI6 agents will actually do a public channel. They will probably do something secretive rather than actually publicly express their opinions. But I'm not taking full responsibility for my dad's situation because he himself is a rebel. So no, it's fine. He's there. He's in Iran. He's keeping well, I guess. Yeah, I haven't seen him in obviously years, so since I was a child. But we are still in touch. Encrypted communication, obviously, as you can imagine. I missed a couple of super chats. Where are we? We got RG again. Do you think Egypt will rise to their threats against Yemen, hurting their economy, and attack the Houthis? I think when Trump returns, a number of those countries will have to change their attitude, just tactically, just short term, medium term. That includes Egypt, because, and actually, ironically, it's Syria. Syria's regime change is going to change. You haven't even seen the transformation yet in terms of the region in general, because there is a lot of pressure now on countries that have been proactively backing the Islamic Republic. That includes the state of Qatar. I can easily see a situation where it will take years, it will take a few years, but even Qatar will be forced to come this way, towards the Saudi side and UAE side. Egypt are simply terrified of their own situation. Obviously, they're right next to Gaza, but they have interests, in terms of trading interests when it comes to Yemen and the sea over there. So they will be forced to follow everybody else like sheep. When Trump comes, the American attitude will be extremely strong and robust against the Houthis, because they know the Houthis are basically the final. I mean, no one takes the Houthis seriously, but they are technically the last few kind of remaining proxies. I mean, Hezbollah, it's just a few of them left. They don't have the infrastructure to return properly. Hamas, they're just running around hiding, and basically the only reason there's a few of them left is because they still have the hostages. That's the only reason. And there's no leadership really. Syria's gone. The Islamic Jihad. So Houthis is basically the only last chance. And yeah, Egypt will be forced, but not really because they're passionate about it. Evelyn says, stop your propaganda, Israeli propaganda. It can't work anymore. The world is fully woken up to know that Israel is a genocidal entity. Oh, her name is Evelyn Linkers Fontaine. Evelyn Linkers Fontaine doesn't like the Jews. Oh, Evelyn, it's okay. I'm gonna assume you're a champagne socialist. Ooh, the world is... Have they? The evil Jews are still running the world. Considering Israel is continuing to win, and Trump continues to win, and the IRGC continues to lose, and the rest of the Islamists are continuing to lose, not really sure what you're talking about. In the words of Trump, we're going to win so much that we're going to be sick and tired of winning. And oh, Evelyn Linkers Fontaine. Brilliant, right? It just makes it easy. Jane says, your dad is on the live chat, Maya, 2CTV. They is the media. We are the media. I didn't even see him. Where is he? Dad? Dad? Yeah, he's always watching. He's got a lot of VPNs. All right. Evelyn. What a troll. Anyway, I'm just loving it. So we got another super chat. Thank you. Carl, Egypt are apparently placing their obstacles in the Sinai region, according to Amir Safarati. Yeah, but Egypt will have to change a lot of things because they have their own political issues internally as well, as you guys know. So there is going to be a massive shift. And this is not really a full victory, for example, for the Western world. The Houthis are a bunch of minions who don't actually have any organization in that sense, but they are controlling one part of Yemen that is not being challenged. What is the Yemeni government doing? They are so weak and feeble. They are getting all that resources from Saudi Arabia, and they continue to fail to destroy a bunch of weirdos in the southwest of the western parts of Yemen. I just don't get what's going on here. It's not that difficult. It should not be that difficult to go and wipe out the Houthis. It's not like they're taking everybody as hostage in Yemen. We've got another one, guys. Get ready. Clickbait. What's new? Every other week, Maya is the most endangered journalist on earth. Not really. Less is more on in this case. So this is not really about my journalism. Oh, actually, that reminded me. I need to email them Met. Yeah, so I'm still chasing this weird investigation, the professional standards investigation that the Met is doing on themselves about the leaked report. By the way, it wasn't just me, obviously. It was Niak Orbani and Mark as well, Mark Burbeck. I will keep you guys posted because if they don't respond, I will be releasing certain things, which including the video conversation that I had with the police when they came to the house. But otherwise, it's the clickbait issue. I mean, considering the statement came from the Islamic Republic of Iran's state TV, and the information they gave us about the two new underground missile nonsense they have, I mean, unless you're accusing Iran of doing clickbait, then yes, I agree. Because they keep barking Every single day. They don't do anything. They keep saying, we're going to wipe out Israel tomorrow. We have someone from Iran, Kurosh Kabir, that's Cyrus the Great, saying, I hate Islam, from Iran. See? That's an Iranian for you. They don't like Islam. So, where are the trolls? Where are the leftists? Jonathan says, don't listen to them haters, Maya. You are the best journalist on this channel. Well, on this channel, that's not really a competition, is it? Keep doing what you're good at. Thank you, Jonathan, for the support. I am, in fact, the best journalist on this channel. Just this channel, though. Alan says, it takes the smallest state to teach the rest of the world how to handle these Islamists. It's embarrassing, isn't it? So embarrassing. GJ says, Israel will not stop until all the war goals are achieved, and as soon as the Donald is back in office, it won't take that much longer. Yeah. Hidang says, Israel is winning so convincingly because they are definitely in the right. Where is the doubt to say otherwise? Oh, yeah, no. If you want to bury your head in the sand and pretend that they're losing, then yeah, you can do that. But yes, Kidang is correct. We've got David in Super Chat. Hello, David, saying the window-licking lefties, window-licking lefties have been let out to play. They are in here trolling. Good, let them do it. It will help the algorithm. It's always about the algorithm. Come on, guys. Ahmed says, I also hate Islam, and I'm from Maldives. Oh, I love that place, apart from the Islamic part of the problem, but... it does have nice sea, so yes, hello Maldives. Cyrus the Great also says, save Iran and England from Islam. That's multitasking. It's very difficult. We can't even do one. I think the Iranians will be liberated from Islam before England. Cindy says, marry Maya. What? Marry Maya. Read many chats. Have not paid. It depends if you say anything interesting. Oh, I think she's replying to someone called Mary. Yeah, I found a Mary. I think Cindy says, I won't read the chat unless you say something interesting. But to be fair, Cindy's comment is not that interesting, but I still read it. And Mary, I found a Mary, I don't know if it's the same Mary, saying, when the Jews finish with Islam, will they then come after us Christians? Because they... I don't think Mary knows how the Jews operate. Why would they? I don't think I even need to respond to this intellectually. It makes no sense. Anyway, you're a strong voice. Your eyes are also open. Keep it up. But remember, look at all angles. We are one united as one not divided. Yep. I love that comment. It was so funny. There you go. The Russian Jew here. Hello, Russian Jews. I love the Persian people. Can't wait to visit a free Tehran. Yes, don't go to Tehran now. It's not a good idea. Go after it's free. Then it's going to be great. Lovely place to visit. Mary says, I have been making interesting comments. Read your Bible, Maya. Yeah, you do realize when we say Jews and like Israelis, it's an ethnicity. The majority of Jews I met in Tel Aviv, they're not actually religious. You know that, right? They're just Jews. They're not Jews. It's not just a religion, it's an ethnicity. And you're talking about the Bible days. And I'm a Christian, by the way. But you know that they're not doing that now, right? There's no conflict between Christians and Jews. There's an alliance between Christians and Jews. Oh my God. I don't understand why people are not terrified of the Islamic rise. It's just like Islam. Yeah, come and kill me. It's fine. But the Jews. Ooh, yeah, the Islamic side is just like murdering everybody. It's fine. But about Jews wanting to have a country. Oh, so naughty. So naughty. What is going on? Dwight says, to fully understand how demonic they truly are, look up some near-death experiences. They hate Jesus because he helped humanity out of a shoulder. Next. What? Lilith says, Martin, it's free. Ignore. They begging for money. click it away, equal it, take care. Who's Martin? Why can't people type? I've ignored so many super chats right now because I'm enjoying the non-super chats, just to prove that we don't just read the super chats, by the way. I can't find a Martin here. Oh no. Yeah, I found one saying we'll see if it works. That's a reply to someone else. Did Martin say anything else? There's so many comments. Okay, let's see if Martin will reply. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, let's see. James also says, I suspect Iran and Israel are both very likely to get nuked. They are both asking for it, really. It's that's not really how it works, geopolitics, but okay. No, they won't. Neither of them will be nuked. Any Avalon Drew says, Mary Poppy. She's not showing up on mine. I've only blocked Poppy. You're right, fair right. You mean far right? Fair right or far right? I could be both. Right so far, right? I don't know what's going on again. What age were you when you came to the United Kingdom? I was, what was I, 12, 13? I was a kid. I didn't really have a choice. I was dragged. I got on British Airways, middle class, business class, by the way, because I have class. But yeah, so came straight to Heathrow, and I said, hello, I'm here to find my mummy. Yeah, obviously my mum was saved by the British Embassy in Iran, and then obviously they sent her here, and then I was a kid, so I had no choice, and I came, and actually, looking back, that was the best thing my mother did, to bring me here. Imagine if I was stuck in Iran as a child, and I grew up, and forced to join the army, and then forced them to go to Israel to kill the Jews. That would be so embarrassing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Good luck, the Iranian regime, for poking the bear. I don't know what they're thinking. Don't F around, because you will find out. I'm Maya TC, and we are the media.